Manchester United's Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has left the club after the 4-1 defeat at Watford on Saturday, the latest in a series of poor results in which the team won only one of their last 7 games. In a statement, the club said Ole will always be a legend at Manchester United, and it's with regret that we've reached this difficult decision. While the past few weeks have been disappointing, they shouldn't obscure all the work he's done over the past 3 years to rebuild the foundations for long-term success. He took over as caretaker manager in December 2018 after the sacking of Jose Mourinho. 3 months later, he signed a 3-year deal to become the permanent manager. But the club still have no trophies to show for it, and he will now leave. Well, let's hear more now from Vernon Pither. He's a huge Manchester United fan. He also helps to produce a weekly football podcast called the Red Shirt Podcast, and he told me that while the board had to make that decision, it would have been a difficult point to reach.
I think it was just inevitable after yesterday's result that the end was nigh for Ole. I think it's been quite sad because when you look at the work that he's done over the last couple of seasons, he has brought back a smile to a lot of United fans' faces, and the feel-good factor has come back. I think the problem was that, they, in the beginning of the summer, they made some stellar signings, and the pressure was always going to be on once we went into a run of form. I mean, unfortunately, we've only won, we've lost 5 of the last 7 games and only gained 4 points from the last 21. And the pressure has been mounting. And I think after yesterday's result, it was just inevitable that he would have to go.
Do you think it was more a problem of lack of authority or dwindling lack of authority or bad tactics?
I think what was evident was that the players really liked him. I mean, you could see that yesterday when obviously he went to see the fans at the end of the game. Bruno Fernandes sort of like stated that, don't attack the manager. It's our fault. It's the 11 on the pitch. I think the problem was with Ole was that he wasn't, a top 4 manager. I mean, he came in and his CV, he'd managed Molde, and unfortunately, he'd been in charge of Cardiff, a team that got relegated. Now, that usually wouldn't get you through the door at Old Trafford, those sort of jobs on your CV. However, the appointment of Ole was to reintroduce the feel-good factor back to Old Trafford. And that's what he did for the first 2 seasons. And, he replaced Mourinho, who at the time, the job had become poisonous and toxic there, and there wasn't a good feeling. So from that point of view, Ole has done quite a good job.
But it sounds as if, from what you're saying, there has to be a star signing next.
Yeah, United have to be there. Manchester United are the biggest club in the world. They have to have a manager who represents them, that is what they are. I mean, we had Ferguson for 25 years, and it proved replacing him has been very difficult. They've tried. They've gone down the road of obviously Van Gaal, David Moyes, Mourinho, who are very pragmatic managers. What United need now is a big personality again. A manager like Luis Enrique, maybe, they're talking about Brendan Rodgers, but somebody with a huge personality that can deal with some of the egos that are a part of that dressing room.
But right now you're in that limbo. How would you describe morale ahead of quite a big match on Tuesday?
I think what footballers have got to do is they've got to think about the next result, because what footballers are, they're about performance and it's about their career. Now, what they've got to do is they've got to try and focus on the next game, because it's a Champions League game. And these players want to be a part of the Champions League. I mean, somebody like Cristiano Ronaldo hasn't joined Manchester United to be a part of, the Europa League and playing on a Thursday night. He will want to go out there and he'll want to prove everybody and the rest of the players what playing for Manchester United is about, and also what their career is about.